Size, one element of the project which often gets lost when you speak about something so complex, because essentially this project was many things at once. It was a collaboration, a commission, it was something curated, it was something visual, it was something public. In essence, the poems that were commissioned were then taken and transformed by the designers in Lausanne, and essentially what happened then is the visual properties of that language became the first thing that the public saw. They walked past these beautiful posters and they saw the shape of the language as well as its content. So what I wanted to do before, to finish, I read my own poem that was up, is read the poems of some of the poets in the plain form. The poems of those who haven't been involved in some of our events. The poems by Ellie Williams, Gareth Evans, Claire Chopard and others. So you hear the text that somehow got turned and transformed into something visual when you see them on the streets or when you see the documentation of the project. This is by Ellie Williams. It's up in Newham, but lost within the wonderful design. It's called A List for Stilling. The fact of kingfishers, the fact of handling, the fact of kindling. You are the cause of many unshy smilings. There will be time for flattening. Things covers a lot, and that's all right. Linen is not softer just because your thumbs might will it so. The deft lozenge of a thought, the wall in wall, the whirl of whirl, anything can be pressed into a piece of fresh cheap bread. You can lift plenty, I have seen it, it may be complex, I am simply glad of you. Sometimes a stumble is not always flat out bad. I honestly could watch an orange roll across a road for hours. This, up in Newham, is by Stephen Watts. And so I long for snow to sweep across the low heights of London, from the lonely rail yards and track huts. London a lichen mapped on mild clays, and its rough circle without purpose. This by Gareth Evans. Purpose. In the time of knowing nothing is secure. From the river to the flats, from the marshes to the mouth. Learn how to live by learning what to give. The weapons of despair, they shall not pass. This by Claire Chopard. How to go out. The scars barely visible draw out a cartography of countless paths, parallel lines beginning at random and leading nowhere. Confusing marks and maps. What is in and what is out, and how one can move out here where nothing can be trusted, neither the feet nor the ground. This by Péarine Pauget. We meet the spirit of those who have gone before us at the very moment when they precede us. This by Daniele Pantano. There's the sound of a perfect memory. There's the sound of a glass of pink paint. There's the sound of a frozen wave. There's the sound of a half-written equation. There's the sound of a medicine cabinet. There's the sound of a body reading. There's the sound of a pear blossom. There's the sound of a planned self-portrait. There's the sound of... This by Rolf Herrmann. Behold, I put forth few novelties, I am lazy, like a snail that only dares to go out on rainy days. Not even the crop will change that. On the contrary, the shorter the leap, the more bountiful the fields. Such things I repeat, whispering as if I was seeing the long-known stretch for the first time. And my poem, finally. Just gonna... The ice cream here at Applecart is just so delicious, and part of the deal of reading today is that we've got free ice cream, so thank you, David. I just saw it while I was reading those great poems, and just going to finish my ice cream before it melts. The fish on the brink of the borough's best t-shirt says, "Easy come, easy go, but life ain't easy though." Here the flats contain the houses, and where there used to be trains, now there are horses. A lot of us code switch, a lot of us have corners to beware. A lot of it is a new kind of eye roll though, a ham TV. What used to be seen on Green Street Into Romford Road and not Forest Lane, with different ages has changes. Present tense, for this is the place of ongoing. Here the babies walk faster while everyone is 2 years older. For the lucky young in Newham are canning 10, as the old of the world are silver sugar, 2 in the tea. Thank you.